friend, he's a new guy. He came in the other day to try to fix this up where I could stream and game. And then I look this. I just want this to be the gig, man. I haven't driven this weekend. I'm supposed to go drive. I should be out driving right now, as a matter of fact, because it's fucking 12:50 in the morning. I should really right now. I should be out there and having somebody vomiting in my back fucking seat. But instead, here I am vomiting words out to you. It's a reversal. You know what? It's like you guys are Ubering me along the information superhighway, and I'm just vomiting words all over you. So you can turn me in, and I'll probably get charged $150. Yawns. Yeah. All right. It's funny when I went live the first time I ever did this. Like I told Gio's like, hey man, could you just stream while I walk my dogs? Because that would make me happy. And I said, yeah, I'll take a shot at it. Because again, we're just checking out the microphones in the background and all that stuff. And I figured if anybody stops in, they'll stop in. Also, I'm leaning back here. I think you can hear me. I always think that I have to go, Gio, you're very nice to say so. I keep thinking I have to be this close to the microphone, but instead I can go here, right? You did not post on Facebook in the Joker's page, I hope. Or on your page. Did you post it on your page so that all of the Geo people come running over to see what's going on? That'd be fantastic. I want to reach into your crowd, buddy. I want to touch exactly who you've got on retainer. All your friends out there on Facebook land. Hey, this is a funny story. I've sent out like 3 friend requests, which I never do. But a name popped up, and it was a name of somebody that I went to school with, and I talked about them recently on the show. And so I was like, oh, you know what? I'll send out a friend request to that person. And I think they declined it. And I don't know why they would. I am your only friend. Sure, that's a lie, of course. All right. I know I can talk about movies or shows. You don't have, look, Gio. I can fill the space. You don't have to give me a reason to talk or what something I can talk about. But this is good. It's again, we're testing this because I may do this 3 times a week where I'm doing a live thing where I'm talking about movies I saw or music that I liked or adding a commentary about shows that I've enjoyed in the past. But again, Gio, you can hear me. If I'm this far from the microphone, it comes through okay. Yes, I'm using you as my little barrier because I'm normally, like I said, I got to go all the way. Even when I do the podcast, I fucking swallow the goddamn thing. But I'd love to be able to do this, just sit here and hope that I'm getting picked up. I'm looking at the line down there, and it looks like it's getting all the sound. I have no idea. Again, this is merely a test. They didn't approve the request. You can't re-request them. They declined, but did the polite decline that hides it from you. Okay, no. Okay, so I added this person as a friend, and I didn't hear anything for like a week. So then I went to their page, and it had add friend again. Like it had another, like I could click add friend. So, oh, good. I'm glad I sound good. That's the important thing here. Nobody gives a flying fuck about me and my Facebook story. But so if they declined it, I can't re-request them. But if they declined but did the polite decline that hides it from you, maybe they did that kind of thing. They declined the mean way. Why? Because it says, I thought you said it would disappear. If they didn't approve the request, but you can't re-request them, oh, they declined but did the polite decline. Oh, so she just said no. Okay, cool. Which makes sense, but it made me wonder, well, there's a reason why, look, it's somebody I talked about on the show, and in my mind, I'm like, well, there's no way this person listened to the fucking show. They didn't hear what I said. I mean, I said great things about them, but I also talked about wanting to fuck them in high school. So, I mean, I'm sure that probably wasn't the best thing. But also, you know what? I bet. Oh fuck! Anyone? Because again, there's so much shit I don't. I can't unpeel this fucking onion in front of you. Nobody wants to hear the fucking layers of this bullshit. But I've got layers of bullshit. Don't kid yourselves. I've got stuff that I could dump right in your goddamn lap. What? All right. So we're. This is a test. So like I said, as you can see, it's fuzzy up here maybe, and it's fuzzy on the sides. Because we got to figure out the lighting. I mean, I like this shit, dude. None of this means anything to me. This is not good or fun. I mean, this is the fun part. All this shit was not fun. I had to fucking. I mean, we've been doing this for Geo. Again, here's the thing. Geo texts me and he's like, "Hey, dude, we can be done in fucking 17 minutes. Give me 17 minutes. We'll get you on the net." Dude, it took me 17 minutes to even get a connection on the cell phone to talk to him. I mean, there was no. I couldn't. There was no way I could need more light. Okay, see. You say need more light, but look at this fucking shiny ass forehead. Look at this bullshit. Look at that. That's because that's absorbing all the light right there. It's like a heat shield. It's fucking taking in all of this. So there's no way. I am ranting. Don't kid yourself. All right. Oh, so my God, you just went out of your house? That's not good. How long are these fucking dogs gonna go for a walk for? Anyway, folks. So now. When I do a live chat going forward, there's going to be a microphone. There will be a background of some sort. I don't know what it's going to be, but right now we're using the he sent me 2. Gio's like, dude, here's a couple that you can use. So we're using the freezing cold thing behind me, which is fine. I mean, I don't know if it. I mean, I love it. Quite frankly, I like the blue. It looks good. I'm sure it pops my green eyes. But right now, we were just setting it up so we could figure out exactly how to talk and how to do stuff on the air. And I don't know how it's going to work. We need a wall light behind me. Well, no, we like lighting this way or like direct, because if it's directly behind me, that's gonna be right in everybody's face. And then people tune into my thing and they think there's a truck behind me that's constantly gonna run me over, which actually, you know what? That sounds like a pretty good live stream. If I go ahead and if I sit on a train track, how great would that be? Let's take that route. If I go out and I take this fucking computer and I sit on a train track and I just go ahead and talk to you guys until a train emerges and you see the fucking light behind me, Wile E. Coyote style. That's fucking perfect, yawn. All right. A backlight. Yeah, I know you say a backlight, but also that's just more hassle that I don't want to fucking deal with. I didn't want to deal with this bullshit. I didn't want to deal with you and me on the fucking phone and trying to figure out all this garbage and now a light and I'm going to try to position that fucking thing. Jesus Christ. All I want to do is play Dig Dug. All I want to do is go ahead and go, hey, everybody, look at me playing Metroid or whatever the fuck. Instead, I've got to get a fucking cinematographer and a producer and every other motherfucking person in the goddamn world to step up and go ahead and try to take a slot, which doesn't seem to make any sense. But the wall light removes the fuzz, which is the, digital artifacts. Ooh, you know what? We're changing the name. The name now of the 40-Year-Old Boy channel is the Digital Artifacts channel. I'm going to change it to that. And then maybe we get people tuning in because they're thinking about, whoa, does he have like an old Intellivision system? That's another thing too. Is I knew so little about this gaming bullshit. I thought I was gonna have to plug my PlayStation into these fucking monitors. Hey Jay, oh my God, are you in Ireland, dude? It's good to have you. Finally, another person showed up. Poor Gio sitting there listening to me. Hi, we're testing. J. Alexander Briggs. How's Laura? I hope she's good. How's the young one? I hope I'm not loud enough to wake up the youngster. Hold on, John Y has shown up. I'd like to see a bit of a room behind. Picture looks good too, though. You are in Ireland. All right, well, good. I'm glad to hear it. Hi, John. How you doing, buddy? I'm glad some people have dropped in. Where's the Dig Dug? You know what? I have this, Jay Alexander Briggs. It's all here. And earlier in the week, it was kind of set up. Like I said, my buddy, the guy who came over to fix it all, was squaring up and playing games. And it was awesome because I just sat over there on the fucking couch and I just heard ding, 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 ding. And he just fucking played. I'm like, what are you doing over there? He's like, oh, I'm playing Bubble Bobble. And I'm like, fantastic. Because then I recorded the podcast late. I didn't even get to start fucking recording until like 6:30 in the evening on Tuesday. I was supposed to be done a lot sooner than that. And I fucked myself, of course, because that's how I wind up handling things. So you want to see a bit of a room behind John, I don't know what that means. I am stuck fishing. 2 fish, 1 fish, 2. Yeah, there's 2 people there. Exactly. So like room, like you mean like a chair and a bookcase and shit like that? I mean, I guess we'll figure out how to do that. Because again, right now, we're just kind of learning. All right. We're all learning. And as you know, if you've seen any of the other previous streams, it's just me with the green wall behind me. So we decided to fuck around with the green screen in the meantime. So, Gio's just like, well, check out this and put it up. And it's fuzzy up here. And I think it's fuzzy on the borders, I think. I don't know. But I mean, I told, when I tried to describe it to Gio, I go, it looks like Thanos snapped his fingers on the top of me and on the sides of me. It was much worse before I turned the lights on. But now we're here talking and we're doing the best that we can to fucking fill the gaps and whatever the fuck. And so Alex, you're in fucking see, I never know what to call you, John or Alexander or J Alex or whatever the fuck. I have no idea. He wants a 3D picture. Oh, I see. Oh, you want a hallway. Oh, so you want the fucking Shining twins behind me. Is that what you want? You want them in a river of blood? God damn it. How dare you thrust me into the Shining Hotel, the Overlook. You want me in the Overlook? You know what? I disappoint you. Oh, you know what? I'll tell you what. I won't go to the Overlook. However, next live stream, I will have a guy in a rabbit costume suck my cock. How about that? Is that going to be working out for everybody? Because I'm excited about that plan. Fuck an Overlook Hotel and fuck a blood flood. I'll instead get somebody in a rabbit costume to just just gag the shit out of them. You take that fucking carrot all the way down. It's a dirty late night chat, everybody. Look at this. And I say everybody because there's fucking 3 of us here. Alex is good. Again, I never know. The baby's with Laura's sister for the weekend. Okay, sleeping through the night. Oh, it is your birthday. It's your birthday. J. Alexander Briggs, happy birthday, my friend. I'm glad to hear it. So let's see. I know you and Laura have been together for a very long time. This makes you're now 22 years old, if I remember correctly. That's what I'm going to guess at. So yeah, shelves with things on it. It adds depth. I hear you, John. And eventually I'll have a different area possibly. But right now, I just wanted to get this fucking thing up and running and wanted to wind up talking in front of like I said, I had the green. Because here's the thing, I don't know what it's going to be yet. I mean, Gio's like, dude, you should do 3 times a week besides the gaming. He wants me to talk about movies and fucking albums and TV shows and shit. He wants me to be this pop culture gadfly that I got to stop saying nobody wants that shit. I mean, everybody does because I see mediocrity being consumed with both fucking hands all over the place on YouTube. So why the fuck shouldn't I jump hip deep into the child pool, into that kiddie waiting pool of fucking nonsense, and try to tell you what I thought of Overlord or whatever the fuck movie I just saw, which I talked about, whatever. 35. You do have a very young face, Alex. There's no doubt about that. All right, so it's me, John, and we got enough. We need one more for poker. We've got literally me, John, and John and Jay, Alex, and then of course Gio. It's a lot of juzz. Got a lot of juzz in this room. I guess, should I be Jake? I guess I could be Jake Schmidt. Or Glenn, but I'm Glenn, Michael Glenn, but I could be Glenn, maybe Michael Glenn. I'm blended with you guys. Why not? You get it's not a hard G. Hard G's G. What's that? Is that a soft G, the G-O? I don't even know. Fuck, I don't know anything about this fucking stuff. So you're 35. Happy birthday. Glad to hear it. This is not wonderful. Gio, this could not be less than wonderful. Literally, you know what happened? Listen, hold on. That's Noah Webster rolling in his grave because of you misusing the word wonderful so badly. He's like, holy fuck, I wrote a whole goddamn book filled with words and their meanings, and you bastardize it like that? How dare you? No, you know what? You're outside. I wouldn't doubt it. The fucking zombie Noah Webster climbs out of his grave and hands you a thrashing. Ha! I had to go deep in thrashing because I could have said he could have beat you up or he could have eaten your brains. But instead, I go thrashing because why not? He wrote a dictionary. He's going to do something with a long-ass word. Perhaps he will give you a pounding. Oh, you want to get pounded by Noah Webster? Of course you do, goddammit. Speedo Joe's in town. Speedo Joe, I'm going to show what you just said because you said, fucking yo, man. What's up, Speedo Joe? Gio also just turned 35. All right, so you're freezing outside, terrified of me. This is your only joy. Gio, see, again, you type these things as if you're saying things that are nice, but you're really revealing that things are not going well in the world of Gio. If this is the only thing that brings you joy, I have terrible news for you. You need to just leave your apartment or do something. I understand you have the wonderful dogs and you have to watch them, but if this is the only thing that brings you joy, my friend, you must claw out of the grave you've dug for yourself and go find the sun somewhere else. Let the sun shine in your face. Get some vitamin D. Get a big fucking helping of vitamin D and get a tan. Get a Geo tan. 35 for Johnny Y. Holy fuck. Speedo Joe, where are you at? So wait, that's a Joe too. That's a Joe, a Geo, a John, and a J. Alexander Briggs. God damn, only the J's are allowed tonight. Is this, I've often wanted to run my shows via the Dewey Decimal System, so I think this is kind of like a different way to do it alphabetically. Rather than getting Dewey Decimal, we had to go alphabetical with this one. So all the G's and J's are here. And Speedo Joe's in the UK. Joseph Nickel, there you go, buddy. You did moan about the Predator, and I don't blame you because the Predator was fucking awful. But that's the thing is Gio wants me to do these. He wants me to go out and go, hey, everybody, here's Mike Schmidt talking about the Predator. Because everybody else in the fucking world talks about the Predator or whatever the fuck on YouTube. Everybody else is like, I just saw a movie and it stunk. And I'm like, I could do that a million times better. And then Gio's going, why don't you do it? And I'm like, because nobody wants to fucking see me do that a million times better. But in reality, maybe they do. I have no idea. But it's 1 a.m. here in California, and I'm hoping my neighbors don't lose their minds as I sit here and I talk, because I'm a little loud. I project. I mean, I could get up close like this and just go ahead and talk, but instead I prefer to project my voice. It is November '83. That was exactly it. It is the J. Jonah Jameson Jang. Of course it is. Speedo Joe cares. Of course he does. Joseph Nickel. I'm going to call you Speedo Joe because that's fucking cool as hell. So John Y is 35. J. Alex is 35. Geo's 35. I'm Speedo Joe. You're honorary 35. Joseph Nickel. I don't care how old you are. If you could be 11 at this fucking point, but you're going to be a 35-year-old man. What was I doing when I was 35? Let's put that to the test. That's 67, 97. That's 2002. Holy shit. That's peak fat. I was, I still thought I had a comedy career ahead of me. I still thought things were going to work out for me. 2002, I might have still been doing commercials for fuck's sake. Yeah, you know what? Because I got here in 97. I got basketball in 98 pretty quick. And then I had an agent. I was doing commercials. Did I start writing for Funny Money in 2002? Possibly in 2003. And then I had the surgery in 2005 and then I wound up getting the job on Starface. Look, folks, this is a real trip down memory lane with a guy who's got a fucking webcam on his desk. May 84. All right, you're 34, so you're pretty close. I'll take 35s and 34s. That's fine with me. You're grandfathered in, Joseph. Speedo Joe, just because, let's see, May 84, November 83, you guys are all right. You're all super close. You're within 5 months of one another, so that's fine with me. So you got 35 coming up here pretty quick, which is fine. And well, you know what? Here's what I say. We're all going to meet back here on Speedo Joe's 35th birthday in May of 84. Hey, May 84, you know what? The Olympics were here. And you're in the UK, so you wouldn't give a flying fuck about that, quite frankly. But the Olympics were here in Los Angeles. And we actually had the Olympics coming here again. And I don't fucking know how they're going to do it. I don't know. this fucking town is going to be just crawling with foreigners and all sorts of other bullshit. And I don't know what the fuck, where they're going to make them live and everything. Because right now, I just cancel the fucking Olympics forever. You know, you want an Olympic event? Here's what they do: train all these athletes to build houses and clean up after fires, because our fucking state has been ravaged, man. There's 46,000 people out of houses. There's 1,000 people missing. There's at least 600 people. That could be wrong. I think it's 100 people dead and 1,000 missing. And people are sleeping in a Walmart parking lot, dude. And now the Walmart parking lot's like, hey man, you guys got to go. And I can't imagine wandering out to a parking lot of people who've had their houses destroyed by a natural disaster and telling them you got to get off their fucking property. Like, you're just asking for a fucking group effort of people who just swoop in and steal everything in the goddamn store. Like, I mean, you always see, like, World War Z. I mean, why don't these fucking people just go ahead and climb out of their tents, grab fucking tire irons, and smooth into the goddamn fucking Walmart and just take shit? Because Walmart should just be giving shit away anyway. One store could give all of the shit in the store away to the people out there. Let them convert one Walmart into a fucking shelter. Not just the parking lot. Let the people live in there and you know, I mean, there's no fucking showering stuff. I don't know what the fuck you can do with that. But let the people take the clothes. Let the people eat the food. Do whatever you can. I mean, don't bring fucking, you know, look, you don't want people to live in the Walmart forever. You can't make it a fucking hotel. But if for the next 2 weeks you went, you know what, man? All the shit in there is yours. And then send more people there to, like, I don't want to have troops and any of that shit. Hold on here. They just put, I'm not on fire, Gio. You're ridiculous. They just put basketball on Irish Netflix. We were all very excited. You know, when you say we all, I'm assuming that's you and Laura. I'm going to assume even the baby went, no thanks, I'm going to check out. And I don't think there was another Irish man in the country. Nobody in Cork, nobody in Kerry. Nobody out there was like, for sure there has to be a basketball on my Netflix for me to check out a half a countryman across the way who acted like a fat cartman. Arr, arr, arr. All right, hi. 50 dead. Last night a friend of mine told me about a video of some guy filming his burned dead neighbors and cars. Oh, dude, yeah, no, I haven't seen that fucking video. I'm sure that shit's all on 4chan and fucking everywhere else. What was the other, dude, someone said it. There was a website called, like, was it Style Project? Do you remember that fucking website? Wasn't that? Because that, I think Style, because there's Rotten.com. Rotten.com is the first place I ever saw Chris Farley's death photos, where he's laying there on the fucking, he's all blue and he's holding the fucking rosary. The chick took photos of him before she fucking called the cops or whatever the fuck. So on Rotten.com is where I saw Chris Farley's death photos, but I think it was Style Project, where after 9/11, for 3 days, it was fucking brutal. I think actually it was only like 2 days, because they cleaned that shit up pretty quick, where they swept in and like took all that stuff down. But there were pictures of fucking hands on car roofs and fucking a head in a yard, and the people jumping. There was tons of people jumping. There were actual videotapes so you could hear the people hitting the fucking ground and hitting the roof. I mean, man, fuck that. But I believe that was Style Project. Is that place even still around? I don't even know. Let's see. Okay, yeah, Speedo Joe remembers that. Yeah. Right? You got it. There's no way to keep going and visiting that bullshit. It's like, it's rough enough. Like, I told you, I go to 4chan, or I've been to all sorts of different places. That dude who gets the chainsaw in the face, that's the fucking craziest thing I've ever seen. The guy with his hands, maybe you haven't seen it, and please don't. But there's a dude, because look, I've seen guys fall on fucking electric wires and shit. I've seen guys get shot in the head. I've seen all that stuff, because I had that Too Hot for Television, or whatever the fuck those videotapes were. Like I told you, my little brother, when he literally held the videotape up, I gotta do him. So like, this is the videotape. He takes it out and he goes like this. He holds it up and he goes, dude, don't go to Brazil. And then he just put it in the fucking VCR, and we watched a ton of crazy shit from Brazil. But now on the web, I've seen, what led me to stop going and looking at that shit was Daniel Pearl. I've talked about this on the show before. Daniel Pearl was the Wall Street Journal reporter who got kidnapped. And I saw the video where he got his head cut off. And I was like, why the fuck are you looking at this? Like, why the fuck is this something you want to see? But I used to consume everything. I used to have that thing where I had this irrepressible need to know. I needed information. Oh, I saw that. I did that. I was first. I did this. And then I saw him get his head cut off. And it's like, because again, I apologize if you haven't seen it. I'm just going to describe it. He doesn't know it's coming. All right. He has no idea that they're going to do it. He's reading a statement when they do it. And it's just fucking awful. Yeah, Gio, they've been asked to leave. And the numbers keep changing, Speedo. I mean, it's like, I don't know what they plan to do or whatever. But Gio, why are you giving me money, man? You made this happen. I owe you money as it is. But nice on the 69. Yeah, there's at least 50 dead, Joe. They keep changing the numbers. I mean, because again, they don't fucking know. And then Trump shows up today and he's like, well, you got to rake these fucking leaves up. If you do that, I mean, you're standing on fucking powdered bones, you fuck. The hell's your problem? I know what his problem is. He's a narcissist with no compassion, and I fucking get it, but still, ridiculous. Yeah, it was rough, Jay Briggs. Don't kid yourself. Style Project, exactly. Geo knows. It was totally rough. Style like I injury. Style Project? You sure? No, I think it was Style. Stile. Steakandcheese.com. Yeah, I remember that one too. As a matter of fact, I did remember visiting that one. Rotten had a guy with no jaw. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Joe. Yeah, you got to get out of that. Don't go down the beheading rabbit hole. There's the one now that you can find pretty easily. Well, who was the girl that got in the car accident? That like really hot chick, and then they had photos of her being hot, and then they had her with her head fucking cut in half and the blood all over her fucking convertible. That one's like a famous one too. But the dude who gets the chainsaw in the face, he's got his hands. He looks like he looks like a migrant worker or whatever the fuck. I don't know if he's a spy or whatever the fuck, but he's literally on the ground or whatever, or in a chair, and he's got his hands tied behind his back. And they're just talking to him, and then they take a chainsaw and they kind of like hang it around his face. And there's two other dudes there too. And then they just they jam the chainsaw in his mouth, like right in his face. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. What the hell? So awful. Aren't you glad you tuned in? Aren't you glad you stopped in from Europe? This is what happens. This is the miracle of the internet. I talk to some people in Europe and I tell them about a guy getting a fucking chainsaw to the face. Fantastic. Hey, Johnny, why? Where are you? Are you in Europe or are you here? Is that happening? No? Are you, or you might have bailed. You actually might have taken off. I have no idea if you're still here because I cannot see who's in the room because I learned how to pop the chat out of, I can actually talk to myself. Hold on. There you go. Mike, you rule at 9:15. Well, good morning to you, Speedo Joe. Exactly. It's a little later here, unfortunately. But yeah, so I know you're in Europe and wait a minute. So no, you and Alex aren't going to wind up in a brawl, are you? Because one's in England and one's in Ireland. I hope not. Let's not do that. Let's not draw that line in the goddamn sand. Let's make sure that you guys are just going ahead. We're all existing. We're all friends. Let's kumbaya the fuck out of this goddamn thing. Let's you know what, Alex, extend your green hand and Johnny Y's in England and he's still here. See, this is Europe. This is 40-year-old boy Europe. I kind of like this. It's Schmitty, free Europe. Schmitty, free Europe. Should I have gone with that or what's Radio's 3? 40 YOB Europe instead of free, but then you got to lose the free. So the B takes the place of the free. 40 YOB Europe. All right. A lady is taking photos of you. Oh, look at you, Gio. You're very fancy. It's the middle of the fucking night. Tell her, I like the Irish too, Speedo Joe. You know who else I really like? I like the people in Chester, England, and I really like the other people in England named Joe. You're not going to get framed, dude. Just fucking clean up after your dogs. Gio has these... Look, man, eventually, Gio and I are going to have to get a tree, like the Keebler Elves, and he's going to live in the bottom, I'm going to live in the top, and then it'll be like our own little fucking studio where we broadcast out of, because he lives in, he always tells me these stories, and I kind of want to tell them on the air, but I can't, because they're not my stories to tell, but he lives in, like Black Mirror. Like I've only seen one episode of Black Mirror, but I know what it is, and I don't want to be dated and use Twilight Zone or Night Gallery or one of those fucking things. But he lives in like a Twin Peaks fucking apartment complex where he has dogs. Dude, his dogs had to take a DNA test. I'm not even fucking joking. Because here's what happened. They were finding like piles of shit, like dog shit on the grounds. And they accused Gio's dogs of doing it. And Gio's like, I clean up after my dogs. I don't fucking, are you kidding me? I film it that I clean up. So they made his dogs take a DNA test and then they tested it against the shit they found in the yard. And I, like I said to Gio today, I go, dude, the very fact that you would agree to have your dogs take the DNA test would indicate that your dogs don't need the DNA test, because do you think they're not going to fucking figure it out? Nobody's going to let somebody put their dogs through a fucking DNA test. If they're not positive, they're not guilty. Fucking ridiculous. And I mean, he tells me these stories, and I get enough problems with my own life, all right? I get raged up and fucked around, and I get so mad about shit, and I'm like, even though I'm trying to be better, and I think I am a lot better. But I hear his fucking stories and I'm like, what the fuck, man? It's just infuriating. It drives me out of my fucking mind. Speedo Joe, what the fuck, man? That's a curly Q. You just gave me some curly Q money. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate it. You don't have to, but that's super nice of you. Thank you for thinking of me. I think it's great. You're not gonna get framed, Gio. I promise. Drinking morning coffee, combating the codeine drowsiness. Well, yeah, John, you gotta wake up, man. It's 9:15 over there, and it's cold and miserable now, right, in England? Because here in LA, it's still fucking like 75, which is great. But by you guys, it's still winter has shown up. Like we never had a fucking fall, dude. We just had, you know what we had? We had summer, and then we had fire, and then I think we got Christmas coming up soon. So that's basically our seasons here in California now. Dog shit DNA test. No fucking kidding, right? I heard it and I was so fucking mad. Like, I want to go there. I'm just mad at the world, period. I don't understand. Like, this happened the other day. There was a tweet. And look, don't go on Twitter ever. I'm just warning you now. But there was a tweet where a guy took a picture of there's a young congresswoman named Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez. She's a socialist, maybe. I don't fucking know. But she's young. And she's a like an attractive woman. And she has ideas. Like, she wants to try to change the world. So, of course, they're fucking stomping on her. Like, they're making fun of everything she does. They're saying they've made her public enemy number fucking one because she scares the shit out of them. Because if young people start to rally behind her and they really start to get engaged and vote, then this whole fucking thing's gonna burn down. So she wants to like really tackle climate change. That's like her big deal, whatever the fuck. She's a big deal. So she talked a couple weeks ago about how she didn't have. They were asking why she hadn't moved to Washington D.C. yet. And she's like, well, I have an apartment in New York. It's really hard money-wise to have an apartment in New York and an apartment in D.C., so I'm still trying to work out the logistics of that. So they made fun of her because they're like, oh, you're going to pretend like you're poor now? And they did some research. Someone's like, she's got $15,000 in the bank, so she's not exactly poor. 15 grand to have an apartment in DC and an apartment in New York. That's basically, you're looking at deposits then at that fucking point. And you still have to go there and buy forks and shit. I mean, the poor are shamed so much in this country. It's like when someone has welfare and they're like, oh, I can't believe you bought a fucking soda. Why wouldn't you buy soup? Well, I want a soda. Let them have a fucking soda, man. Their life sucks. Their kids are sad. Let somebody have a goddamn soda. I can't believe you bought beer. Shouldn't you be buying oatmeal for your children? Well, my kids have oatmeal. Let me get a fucking beer. The policing of the poor in this country is fucking terrible. So sure enough, there was a picture this week on Twitter where she was walking in Washington. And a guy took a photo of her from behind. And then another guy on Twitter posted it, and he said, someone on the Hill sent this to me, but this coat and this jacket doesn't look like a woman who's having trouble getting put together. Basically, I guess they thought she'd show up in a fucking potato sack or jeans and a fucking bra or like, or a ripped up coat like Oliver fucking Twist. It's like, you can't ever look nice. You can't ever do anything for yourself. I mean, she still has to be professional, so maybe she bought one fucking outfit, but they go after her and they fucking bury her. And it's just like, why? What's the fucking point? I don't even know why the fuck I brought that up. Why was it? Oh, because of Gio's situation with the dogs and the DNA. They came after this dude who put up the tweet. Everybody fucking buried him. Even conservatives were like, dude, this is not the fucking look. I mean, this is not it. So finally, after like 4 hours of laughing at people and fighting with them, he deletes the tweet. And instead of apologizing, he goes, I put up a tweet earlier today that was complimenting a congresswoman on her outfit, saying she looked elegant even, and people made it nefarious. So if anyone was offended, whatever, I'm taking it down. I'm deleting it. Dude, just fucking say you're sorry. Just admit you did a fucking stupid thing. And that's how I feel about the dogs, the fucking DNA, man. If Gio tells you his dogs aren't shitting everywhere, if he shows you, hey, I've got photos of me cleaning up after the dogs every time they fucking take a shit, then leave me alone. His neighbors park in his driveway and then they yell at him. His neighbors yell at him for having the TV loud. And I just want to show up at his fucking complex and just go bananas on everybody. And it's not even like, I don't want to hurt people. I don't want to yell. I just want to look at people and go, there's that great scene where the McCarthy hearings and Roy Cohn was being a cunt, and the attorney leaned over and said, "Have you no decency, sir? At long last, have you no decency?" And there is no more decency. There is no more shame. Nobody's shamed. Today, a fucking congressman from Arkansas put out a tweet that said, homeless people shouldn't be homeless. They could go to school and become a truck driver where you make $70,000 a year and you'll be a millionaire in 20 years. Fuck you. I mean, you don't know what that guy's situation is. Maybe his wife left and crushed him and he was left without fucking emotions. Maybe he's a little fucking scatterbrained. Maybe he was a veteran and went overseas and took one in the fucking head and he can't talk straight anymore. Maybe he smells. Maybe he just doesn't fucking want to work as a truck driver. Whatever the fuck. Leave people alone, man. Help people. I went to buy water the other day. I was at fucking Smart and found out. Look, man, I got no money. I don't. I've got taxes to pay. I'm still paying on my fridge. I mean, whatever the fuck. I'm okay. I'm alive. I got a fucking monitor, and I'm talking to you guys in fucking Europe. It's a miracle. But I don't have a lot of spare money to fly around. But I was in the parking lot, and I walked past a woman, and she was filthy. She was wearing sandals, and I mean, she was filthy because sometimes everybody like, oh, homeless people are playing the role and they're just trying to get money. Well, whether they are or they aren't, it's a hard gig. Even so, that's a minimum wage gig as far as I'm fucking concerned. So if that's their job, that's their job. And I always said, I make eye contact with a homeless person, and I always say, hey, I can't help you today. I'm really sorry about that. Good luck to you, sir. Or ma'am, whatever. I try to make sure that the one thing is I try to make sure they feel like a human and they're acknowledged. I don't walk away. I don't treat them with disdain because it's fucking hard for everybody out there. But this woman asked me, and I looked at her and I said, hey, I really can't help you today. I'm sorry. I was on my way into Smart and Final to get my water. She was filthy. I mean, she looked like she'd been standing behind an exhaust pipe for 12 hours. And she had a cart. And in the cart, there were 3 dogs. And the dogs, dogs are dogs. But I mean, and should you have dogs when you're homeless? Probably fucking not. But also at the same time, when it's cold in the middle of the night and you want to hug something, a dog's not going to tell you no. And if your life's that bad during the fucking daylight hours, maybe at night you need someone to turn to who's not going to fucking tell you no, who's not going to fucking shove you in a closet or punch you or give you a fucking needle. So she's got the 3 dogs and her teeth are fucked up. And I realize, she's not playing the role unless she went to fucking Central Casting and said, make me up hobo style. No fucking way. So I walked in, I got my water. I bought a bag of chips because I wanted chips. And in my head, I'm going, if you're buying chips, how can you not help a person? I mean, water's one thing, whatever the fuck. And I'll usually offer homeless people water as well. But chips, because I also never carry cash. So it's very difficult to help people when you don't have cash. I've offered to buy lunch. I'll say, hey, come on, and I'll buy a burrito or something if somebody wants it. And then 99% of the time they decline. And I get that because they want money for something else. They don't want me to choose what their money's for. And I appreciate that. That's fine. But I walked out, I walked to my car, and she wasn't even talking to me. She was looking around and talking to somebody else because she knew she'd already beat me and got and told no. And I walked up and I had a 5. That's what I had. So I gave her $5. And she smiled and she was, I wanted to pet her dog. So I said, can I pet one of your dogs? And she said, yes. And I pet the 2 dogs that were in the cart, not the one at her feet. But she smiled. She was happy. And then I said goodbye and please take care of yourself. And I left and I got in my car and I drove away. And I was so sad. I'm just still sad. I'm sad that there's anybody, whether it's a homeless person who's fallen on bad times or a person whose house has been burned down in an unimaginable national disaster. And now you're telling them to get their shit together. You gave them a week. Hey, we gave you a week in this parking lot. Put your tent away and find a house. We got to figure it out. I mean, we've got to figure out a way to save people. We've got to help people. And I don't know what the fuck to do. Look, I don't know anything. I'm 51. I'm going to be dead soon. Dave Anthony does this thing about climate change, and he's like, all right, man, let's do this. Hold on. Speedo Joe says something. I'm going to show Speedo Joe. Laura's in there too. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm not looking at the chat room. I'm sorry, everybody. I'll be there in a second. So yeah, man, I don't know. That's all I'm saying. It's like, we've got to, Dave Anthony started like a climate change thing and a website thing and all these things. And I don't know what to do to get involved. I don't know how to get involved. And truthfully, I might be too lazy to get involved. I'm not going to fucking lie. I can pay a lot of lip service and talk a lot of yang, and I want great things and I want things to change, but what the fuck am I prepared to do about it? And also, I'll be truly honest with you. I got $400 in the bank right now. And I haven't worked this week, so I got no money coming in. So I've got to go ahead and I've got to drive. I was supposed to drive today, but instead I went, well, I'll go ahead and set up the streaming thing and we'll get this squared away for this week. And I can still drive. I'll hang up here when I'm done or whatever the fuck. I'm going to hang up because we're all on the fucking phone. Hi, I know a lot about technology. But the point is, I can go out and drive tonight. I'm going to drive all day tomorrow. And then I'm going to drive every fucking day next week. And I'm going to do what I can to try to dig out. And I see people that need fucking help. There's a guy, you know who I started giving money to? There's a guy I follow on Twitter and a guy I follow him on Instagram. I don't even know his name. I think he just goes by like the Lawnmower Man or Mr. Lawn. He's just a guy who he mows the lawns of veterans and people who are disabled. And he went on a cross country tour and if he sees a lawn, he has He'll ask for volunteers. He'll say, hey, if you know somebody in a certain town, I'm going to be there and I'll go mow their lawn. Tell me who they are. But also, he's just started doing these drive-by mows, he calls them. So he'll be in a small town and he'll see a fucking bunch of leaves and shit, and he'll just fucking mow somebody's lawn. And then he'll leave a note on their door and say, hey, have a blessed day or whatever. I did your lawn for you. And I mean, so I sent that guy money a couple of times because he's paying for hotels and paying for gas and traveling to and from across the United States. And he posts on Instagram every day. He also has a 50 mow challenge. So literally he gets these children involved to where he gives them a bubble mower. Like they get to play with a bubble mower like these little kids. But then if you get someone else who wants to do the 50 mow challenge, they work their way up and he literally will give them a lawnmower. He will go there and give them a lawnmower that he gifts them from his old lawnmowers, whatever. And they mow 50 lawns and they have to, have the person sign and he keeps data records and things like that. And once they get to 50 lawns, he gives them like a fucking riding mower or whatever. I don't know all of it, but I know that if you hit 50 lawns, he takes care of these kids in such a way where he goes to visit them and then he gives them a fucking fantastic lawnmower. It gets kids involved. And also in the winter months, he does snow shoveling. So like the kids can do that and it counts toward their 50 lawns. I mean, it's incredible. You need more of that. You don't need to sneer at people and make fun of people, and you don't need to tell people to get fucked, and you don't need to look at people and wonder how they found their way into that circumstance. You need to put a fucking hand through whatever cloud is holding them back or behind and pull them out of the morass. Drag people out of the fucking soup. All right, I'm going to look at this shit. Hold on. I just went the fuck off. All right, dog shit DNA test, $300. Lay down and put your earbuds in. Oh, it's Will. Hey, Will, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, go ahead and lay down and put your earbuds in. And this is a sleepy topic. I apologize. I know it is. Ben has got into a few times. Exactly. Speedo, exactly. He came through. Let him have soda, right? I'm going to tattoo that on my bicep. There you go. And you do need a new suit. Good for you, Speedo. Joe, pick up a new suit, for fuck's sake. I saw a guy picking up dog shit last night. Warmed my heart. Seriously, I'm going to go through some shit right now. So everything even remotely nice makes me swell up. Joseph, exactly. That's how I feel about it. I mean, I'm alone now, and I haven't been alone in a long time. And look, I'll be truthfully honest with you. Monday it's a really big anniversary for me and one of my exes, and it's killing me. It's just fucking wearing me out. It just is. And that person has completely moved on and good for them. And that's fine, even though they talked a bunch of shit about me and whatever. But I mean, but also at the same time, this time of year, football or songs or train whistles or fucking November, all that shit, so I get it. I know what you're talking about there, Joe. The neighbor who heard you came to my door with the nude baby asking me oh yeah. Gio has a neighbor who heard my podcast coming out of his house and thought that was Gio yelling at the neighbor. The neighbor was like, why is that guy talking shit to me? Hold on. We're getting, my Fitbit says it's time to go to bed. By the way, I don't have a fucking Fitbit anymore. All I got is the fucking app. Which I need to delete from my phone post haste. So this guy knocks on Gio's door and he starts screaming at him, what the fuck are you saying? You got something to say it to my face. And Gio's just like, that's a fucking podcast. It's on my stereo. What are you talking about? And this dude had a naked baby with him, like a naked toddler. So, Gio, I've thought about that actually in the interval. I think that was that guy making sure you couldn't film him. Because if he came there and he caused a bunch of shenanigans and he yelled a bunch of shit at you and you filmed him with a naked baby, then he's got you on child porn. See? So what you do is that's your bulldozer. So that's what we need to all do. Everybody get a naked baby and start acting the fool and doing crazy shit in the street because they can't fucking come for you then. Because if they try to film you, just go, ha-ha, naked baby. Let them have a soda. All right. Gio's neighbors are terrible. There's no doubt about that. Let's see. Killer Material. So jealous of the 86 Jokers. We're not leaving this up. This is not even staying up. Nobody's fucking watching. Nobody wants to see this. Are you kidding me? I mean, there's 4 of us. I mean, you tell me. If anybody else thinks this is worth keeping up, maybe I'll keep it up. Gio's blinded. He thinks anything I say is really worth being heard by people, which I don't fucking get. But I'll leave it up to the crew from Europe, and you guys can talk. And although Will went to sleep already, but Will's not in Europe, I don't think. But the Europeans, you get to vote. If we want to leave this up in the YouTube channel and people can go ahead and listen to it, and tomorrow they can view it, then that's fine. But if not, we'll cut the fucking thing right out. Let's see. Dogs are lovely. Homeless people deserve snuggles too. Thank you, Alex. That's all I'm fucking saying. It's funny. Pardo used to have a bit about a homeless guy with a dog. And I bet if you talk to him now, he'd be just like, no, man, give every homeless guy a dog. Because it's just, you can't do enough for people. You can't want enough for people to be happy. The older you get, when you see everything and how cruel it is and how it's all falling apart and how it's It's so easy to smile at someone and just say hi, or hope they're okay, or help somebody carry a groceries, or any of that fuck, or mow somebody's fucking lawn. You know what I mean? I just, you do what you can. Just do what you can to make everybody else's life easier. That's the thing. Don't make your life harder, and don't make their fucking life harder. Just do what you can to do all you can for people. It's pointless. All right. Let's see here. All right, hold on. I'm missing a whole bunch of stuff, and I apologize. Um, Dogs are lovely, exactly. Why are you tearing up, Gio? Stop tearing up. Because you're outside in the cold, too. That's going to freeze on your face, and that's going to be totally weird. You think that fucking chick's spying on you now. You start walking around at 1:30 in the morning and just sobbing in your apartment complex. They're going to call the fucking cops immediately. I used to volunteer at a homeless shelter. Cried a few times early on when I was done with the shift. Of course, Joe. I mean, Joseph, I apologize. But yeah, Speedo, of course, man. I mean, I see. I told you, you see people that need help. You just want to. You almost want to do too much. That's the thing. And then you wind up stepping on people's pride. I told the story on the show like last year when that woman showed up and she was separating her groceries because she had to pay cash for some and she had EBT, which is government assistance for some of it. And I told her she could go ahead of me, and she went ahead of me, and then I paid for her fucking groceries. Because fuck that, man. I lived on welfare. I lived on EBTs and Wix. And hey, you can only buy powdered milk and one apple or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? It's like, quit telling me what I can fucking do. So if your kid wants to have some crackers, buy the kid some fucking crackers. Because that's another thing. The shame it puts on adults when they have to use welfare and they can only buy certain things, and their kid wants a candy bar and they have to tell them no because the government said they can't buy a candy bar with their assistance. So then it makes you go, well, fuck, I don't have a job. I can't even buy a candy bar for my kid. The fucking shame spiral that starts is ridiculous, and it's awful, and it shouldn't be done. So I was happy to do it. I was like, I paid for her groceries, all of them. I didn't care. I said, ring it up, hold on to your fucking food stamps and your WIC and whatever. We'll do it next time. And she, I mean, just her face alone, I could still see it. I could probably draw it from memory. I can't fucking draw it all. Just the happiness to know that somebody cared enough to realize that they needed a tiny boost. That was it. Yeah, Speedo says, that's cool. Nana Miri, your message has been retracted. Oh, I hope it wasn't a mean message, Nana. Ugh. Please don't come into my late night message meeting. Are you in Europe? Because in Europe, everybody likes me. Where are you, Nana, that you're coming in with mean messages? That is very kind. Alex and I drank too much last night. Oh, Laura, come on. You did not. For a birthday? Is that why? Did you guys knock some back? Nothing wrong with that. You're in Ireland, for fuck's sake. I mean, because I got to be honest with you. I don't know what we drank too much last night in Ireland means, but I wouldn't think it meant that either of you were in condition to type right now. I got to tell you, I would have absolutely said to myself, nope, I drank too much in Ireland. That means blood transfusion. That's what I would think it would be. I worked with an Afghanistan Iraq vet for a year recently. Keep a very clean and tidy workplace. The guy was awesome. Dude used to be involved in organizing funerals for forgotten vets. Think about that. Because again, it's another thing. Forgotten vets, man. It's just because look, I don't understand the fucking military. I know there's a lot of fucking jugheads in there and the police too and all that shit. And I don't want to get into fucking who's bad and who's good. I got cop listeners. I got cop friends. I got guys who served in the military who are my friends. And I hope everybody's happy and I want everybody to be cool. But if you come home, I mean, because look, I don't think we should fetishize the military in this country. I don't need God Bless America at a baseball game. I don't need, if people kneel for the flag, fuck you, get off their back. But at the same fucking time, if somebody signs up and they donate part of their life to help protect this country, fucking take care of these guys when they come home. Do what you can. I mean, the GI Bill's the GI Bill, but you got to try to find housing. You need more. We need more of everything. You know, we don't need more of fucking weapons and shit. We don't need more fucking corporations moving overseas. We don't need, I sound like a goof. I'm going to stop. Fuck, shut up. All right. It is the Fields, right, Joseph? He was grabbing baby junk. That's not good at all. Don't say that. Good. I'm glad you're inside, Gio. Yeah, you didn't want to be out there with the frozen tears. Yeah, listen to Gio. Jay knows it. Keep it, says Will. Oh, keep the broadcast? Is that what you mean? Possibly. Gio doesn't want this to end. This has to stay up. Leave it up. All right. Europe has voted, and Will has voted. He's not in Europe. It is a mini episode. Pardo for president. Exactly, right? I say we should make signs up and get that man in office. You spew out gold. I say gold. You're very nice to say so, but I don't think that's totally true. Keep it, says Europe, Johnny Y, which is great. Gio says you can't live other people's lives for him, which is right. My president, don't be a dick. That's a very good way. Exactly. Oh, wait, this message is held for review. What does it say? My dipshit comment above was that conservative prick, not anyone here. Okay. All right. We understand that, Laura. That's totally fine. Yeah, no, that conservative guy, fuck that guy. He's a jagoff. It has been hilarious, beautiful, true, and profound. All you know what I would say that is you're 0 for 4 on those. It has certainly been. I've filled a lot of time. That can't be doubted. But I'm glad you guys did show up for this. And Gio, you gave me another $2, dude. I'm literally gonna just Venmo this fucking money back to you right when I hang up the goddamn phone because we're on the phone again. I understand technology very well. I have to sneeze so bad, but it's like lurking, and I can't like I want to. I don't. There's no sun for me to look at to try to fucking force it out of my head, which is a drag. Curly money. I got more curly money. Alex, you're super nice, man. You don't have to do that. Thank you for the curly money. That's great. Thank you again for thinking of me. And I didn't do this for that. We were truly testing the camera and the hookup, and then Gio's like, "You should go live," and because he was walking his dogs. He's like, "Go live." I said, "All right," and here we are. And we're joined by Will, who I think is in America, if I remember correctly, and then all of us are in Europe. So yeah, again, Schmitty free Europe. That's perfect. I'm getting YouTube payout of minimum now. I don't know what that means, but good. Look at the light. I hear that makes you sneeze. Joe, it's not working, buddy. I've got like 5 light bulbs on, which is crazy, along with the blue that's coming from the camera. All right, should we just wrap this up, Gio? You're in the house, and people from Europe are done. St. Louis. Oh, Will, all right, you're in St. Louis. There you go, exactly. And you're, hey, don't you play? Do you play old timey baseball? Will, is that you? Are you in an old timey baseball league group? I think so. Hold on. What is Speedo Joe? Why are you saying, "Oh fuck"? What happened to you? I missed it. Oh, are you talking about the sneezing? Maybe because you were trying to get me to look at the light bulbs and it didn't sneeze, and you're saying, "Ah, fuck." But Will, I think you're old timey baseball, Will, aren't you? Jessica Smith has arrived. Will knows he does. He does play old timey baseball. Because there's you. I have Will Pfeiffer, who actually wrote for The Onion and does comic books, and he sent me some comic books and signed them for me. And then there's Will Grundon, who I know is an old timey baseball guy. He wears a burlap sack and he uses a big lumber stick and he hits a fucking sponge ball and he has a handlebar mustache and a crazy hat. By the way, that is one of my all-time favorite artworks that Mex ever did for me. I did a show once where I was talking about, because I found out about a torture device called the Pear. And it was like they put it in a woman's vagina and they'd crank it up. First of all, I apologize, Jessica. You just arrived to hear this, and I'm so sorry. But hi, I'm glad you're here, Jessica Smith. But it was a medieval torture device where they put a pear-shaped thing that you would twist, and it would unfortunately open up petals like this inside of a lady's business. So I talked about it on the show once, but then I wound up talking about old-timey baseball. I don't know, but fucking the artwork that Mex did was an old-timey fucking pitcher, and in his hand, instead of a baseball, he had a pear. God damn, that's one of my favorite pieces of art he ever did. It's so fucking cool. Somebody just wrote me today, they're like, "What's your favorite piece of artwork that Mex ever did?" Dudes, I get the Facebook memories where they show me stuff from the past. There's old artwork that nobody liked, like from the show, because in 2009, 2010, I guess nobody followed me or they didn't know that or whatever. They were still listening to the podcast, but they didn't know to like the artwork. And holy shit, there's old stuff that got nothing. And I see it and I'm like, this is fucking brilliant. How did fucking nobody like this? That makes no sense. So it makes me want to reshare the damn thing. But then it just looks like a greatest hits bullshit thing of where I'm like, hey, everybody, remember when I was cool? I can't do that. Well, good, Jessica. I'm glad you've been listening. And again, like I said, I apologize. I got a little saucy there. And Jessica, I don't know. I apologize. I don't know if you listen to the podcast or you're only coming in via YouTube. But I do swear quite a bit, and I do get a little. Sometimes the subject matter can get a little racy. I don't know how a Jessica Smith feels about racy or saucy or anything else with a Y at the end of it. But hopefully, I don't turn you off and send you running for the hills there, Jessica. I don't want to do that. Are you in Europe as well? Everybody else here is in Europe, except for Will Grundon. He's in St. Louis, all caps, playing his old-timey baseball. 1860 style baseball, exactly. And that's just... Dude, now you're just throwing like a fucking lead. Because literally they were playing during the Civil War, and there were no baseballs, there were no stitching, there was no Haiti. Haiti didn't exist in 1860, so they couldn't make any baseballs. So they just used fucking shot puts, like the stuff that they used to shoot out of cannons when they'd finish battling, like the North and the South and the blue and the fucking gray. Then they'd get the old cannonballs, they'd dig them out of a tree or out of some fucking Yankee's leg, and then they'd let the local nine out on the field and they'd play a baseball game between one another. Why not? Get the 1860 baseball out there, put on the hottest uniform in the business, cut down a tree limb and try to hit a cannonball. Oh, why wouldn't you want to keep that tradition alive, Will? Good for you. Am I still listening to, oh yeah, dude, I have like a year and a half to catch up on. Joseph, you're a nice person, and I'm going to throw this at you for real. I've never listened to, yeah, dude. I don't listen to any podcasts, anything at all. I listen to no other shows. I don't even listen to my show. That's one of the reasons why when I'm sitting here and I have to like click my pen and write down the time code so I can remember my fucking the name of the show, because I don't want to go back and listen to the whole fucking show. I just want to know what the name of it is and get it posted for everybody to enjoy. Hopefully, I hope people will enjoy it. But I don't listen to Yeah Dude. You know why? Because another thing is I wanted to be on Yeah Dude. Like all these podcasts I've wanted to do. I wanted to do Rogan. I wanted to do Yeah Dude. And then everything just fucking took off. Like, I mean, I'm not on anybody's radar. So then I was like, well, one of the reasons I thought about listening to Yeah Dude was because I wanted to do the fucking show. Like, there's a show called Doughboys now. Like, I would love to be on Doughboys. So I got to listen to like 3 or 4 of those and try to get on. It's terrible. It's to sit here and just, because again, I'm my own publicist. So I'm the guy who's got to be like, excuse me, Doughboys, would you like a fat guy on your show? I mean, it's just fucking terrible. Pardon me, yeah, dude. Would you like another dude to say, yeah, to? I mean, that's just fucking weak. So, I mean, it's just, and I know that's what I'm supposed to do. I got to tell people I exist and I could be funny and they should have me on their fucking show. But, fuck. I hate doing it. I need a fucking cudgel. I need a bulldozer. I need somebody to fucking come along. I need Will Grundon. That's what I need. Get your fucking big tree limb and walk up to the podcast office and bang on the door. Handlebar mustache. They'll be impressed by you and your business-like ways and your road grays, and they'll say, yeah, absolutely. Let's throw that fucking guy on the show before fucking old man Hoss Whedon goes ahead and fucking kicks our ass with his giant tree limb baseball bat. That's what happens when you talk when your breath runs out. All right. Let's see. Thank you. You've been listening for a moment. Again, Jessica, we said thank you. I'm good to go whenever you are, Mike. You can do these whenever. Leave the stream up. It's really fun. Jokers will love it whenever you want. No pressure in any direction. You're nice, Gio. Thank you. Share that artwork. It's fun. Oh, okay. You think I should share the old artwork? I will. Jay Briggs, Alex. I will eventually when it comes back up again. Jessica, oh, you're in Minnesota. Oh, here's a fun fact. Jessica Smith. Although let's put it this way. It's a fact. I don't know how fun it is, but I'm going to give it a shot. You know where I met Giovanni Giorgio Peluso? You're goddamn right. It was Minnesota. That is the first, and I think that might be. No, you've been in my house. You actually came here to help me with episode 36, Vin. But the first place I ever met him was that he came to my show at the Puppet Theater in Minneapolis. The Heart of the Beast, I think it was called, right? The Temple Heart of the Beast Puppet Theater in Minneapolis, and I did a show there in 2012. I think it was, and that's the first place I ever met our friend Gio. So I don't know where you are in Minnesota. Are you possibly in Brainerd? I've been to Brainerd. Have you been? I don't know where else. I don't know where else you would be. All right, so let's see. But there's a lot of places in Minnesota. I've been to Bemidji. Are you in Bemidji? I had a fucking wild rice soup in Bemidji that would fucking kill you. It was so damn good. I played all over there. I did all sorts of stand-up and all sorts of casinos and all sorts of other bars and shit like that in Minnesota. Last time I was in Minneapolis, I went to a Twins game. I ate at Revival. I had ghost pepper fried chicken. And then I wound up having the girl I was dating at the time leave me in the ballpark and take a train back to the hotel without me. That was fun. And then I left her in the hotel and took a plane early back to my house. It was fantastic. I got great thoughts of Minneapolis. Great memories. All right. We need to get Mike off AT&T. If you know how horrific his cell service is, you'd find it unbelievable. All right. Frontier. See, Gio's like, you should do Frontier Internet. That just sounds phony. That just sounds like 3 dudes playing Oregon Trail. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to die of dysentery trying to get a new internet company. I don't want to fucking have that happen. Frontier, because you know why? Because Frontier Airlines is fucking garbage. So Frontier Internet's got to be just as bad. You might as well just have me have Spirit Internet. And I got to bring my own fucking router or whatever the fuck. I got to build my own thing. Fuck that. Frontier sounds awful. Penny whistle handlebar, mustache baseball. That sounds like, you know what that is? That's actually a line from We Didn't Start the Fire, Billy Joel. Penny whistle handlebar, mustache baseball. That's impressive that you knew. Rawlings made balls in Haiti. I'm going to do, what if I did the whole chat room like that? I came across you in my feed on YouTube. Whoa, how you mentioned them years and years ago. It's cool. I'm losing the plot a little bit there, but I'm very close. Well, good. I'm glad I came across your feed, Jessica. Thank you for stopping in from Minnesota. I have a podcast called The 40-Year-Old Boy. This is the 40-Year-Old Boy channel. You know, while you're here, it would be so cool if you subscribe to the channel because we're doing more of these going forward. I've done a few of these in the past, but also I have a podcast that comes out every week called The 40-Year-Old Boy. We're in year 11 of that podcast, Jessica Smith. You're goddamn right. Year 11. And you're thinking to yourself, Mike, did you predate podcasting? Was it you and Adam Curry who invented it? Oh, no, it was not us. Adam invented it, and then a bunch of other people came along. But there were other people before me. However, I've been doing it a very long time, and the archives for the show are right there on the 40-Year-Old Boy channel. So if you want to go ahead and subscribe to the 40-Year-Old Boy channel, you'll get notified when there's live streams coming up. If you're around, I understand you're very busy in Minnesota, even though now it's 3:45 in the morning. I don't know what you're doing up, but good for you. Because I'm always up. I'm a super late dude, and I shouldn't be. I'm trying to be in bed by 2 and up by 10. Bed by 2 and up by 10. I'm trying to change my life, Jessica. Not working. I mean, I changed my life a while ago and I lost a ton of weight. Now I put a lot of it back on. You don't want to hear all this, but I'll tell you what, if you do want to hear it, Jessica, subscribe to the channel and listen to old podcasts. You'll hear all of this garbage about my life come flying at you at high speed. I'm glad you came across me in your feed. Woha, I mentioned them years and years ago. Penny whistle, handlebar, mustache, baseball. Sorry, I had to do it again. Of course, Rawlings makes balls in Haiti. Well, baseball's my favorite sport, buddy. I know I will dazzle you with all of my knowledge. You know, I know that in Haiti they make the baseballs because there was like a big controversy about whether they were juicing them and things like that. I know a lot more than you think, buddy. I also know, get this, I know that in Haiti they also make handlebar mustaches. So look at that. They're on the case for your entire fucking costume. I don't know whether they make your hot burlap costume, but the rest of it, fuck yeah, Haiti. Speedo Joe says, haha, I mentioned them years and years ago. It's cool. Laura's shocked. Why are you shocked? Why are you shocked, Laura? Did I say a bad thing? I might have said a bad thing. I'm an A+ guest on Jordan Jesse Go. Oh, terrific. Okay. Thanks, Alex. Yeah, I love doing Jesse's show. It's fucking fantastic. Jesse and Jordan are the coolest. I mean, it's funny because whenever I do it, it's always like, I feel like Jordan and I are like the kind of like the sons who are like causing trouble. And then Jesse always kind of brings it back. He's like the dad. He's the podcast dad. Even though I'm 1,000 years older than both of them combined. Like, I mean, literally Jordan and Jesse combined, I think are 40. And then you've got me who's just lumbers in there, 75 years old and just ancient, holding a highball, toothpick in my mouth. Fucking awful. All right. Eres estupido? Hey, Wardog03. I don't know. Look, I got to be honest. I've only used English in this chat so far. I'm not sure what eres estupido means. I think I know what the second one means. And I hope you were saying, like, something I was saying was stupid, not me, because that would hurt me very deeply to the core. But good, I'm glad you're here, War Dog. Thank you for stopping by. Mike would destroy on Doughboys. I told Allison to get booked on Doughboys. She didn't. She killed it. Well, that's because she's Allison. She's a big name. She's somebody, goddammit. You don't talk like that. You're near Minneapolis. All right, Jessica, good. I'm glad you don't talk like that. But a lot of other people in Minnesota talk like that, and you can hear it. It totally comes out of them. Even here, I'll meet somebody who's from there, and you can tell it right away. It's great. But I love Minneapolis. It's a beautiful town, man. I've been there a million times. What was I working? The comedy. I freaked a girl out once in Minneapolis. That was fun. Was that in Minneapolis when I was with Noonan? I think it was. When I told the story on the podcast about the bride. And she was out for like a bachelorette party and they wanted everybody to talk dirty to her. I've told that story and nobody else needs to hear it. All right. I don't want to repeat myself for fuck's sake. Let's see. You ever been to River Falls? Have I ever been to River Falls, Wisconsin? Gio, I don't know if I have. Are you talking to Jessica or me? It was 2011. Speedo Joe's laughing. Done. Well, good. I think that means you subscribe. So thank you, Jessica Smith. I do appreciate that very much. The 2 agreements of sleep. Jessica is cool. She is one of us. Absolutely. He is the podcast dad, right, Jesse? And his beard is dude. I got to be honest with you, man. I don't. Jesse's Jesse, and good for him. And I love him, and I know his wife's terrific, and I don't know how that beard exists. I don't know how she doesn't go, dude. Seriously, you know what? I'm gonna get that fucking guy who donates his time to fucking mow Jesse's face because that beard is fucking C, baby. I mean, when I grew my beard, it was a little it was bananas. I mean, just because I didn't fucking really groom it, I didn't know how to do that with a beard. But I was going to just let it grow. I just like, fuck it, let's rampage. But then you see Jesse's, and it's insane. Like, he doesn't even make it even. That's the weird thing to me. It like goes down to here, but then it's kind of like this. And I mean, good for him. It works for him. He pulls it off. You know why? Because he's a tall dude and he's thin. Like, if he was like a lumberjack looking dude, he'd just like look a fucking Gimli from fucking Lord of the Rings. But instead, he goes ahead and rocks that beard, and he just looks like a normal erudite hipster dude, which is fine. Good for him. He can pull it off. If I had that fucking beard, they'd throw me in jail. No kidding. Matt Belknap does not at all. He looks like he literally, when you look at Matt Belknap, he looks like he rode his skateboard to the studio. Like, and just fucking came in and like, hey guys, you ever see that meme of Steve Buscemi? Hello, fellow kids. He's the antithesis of it. He looks like a fucking, like a kid who's playing grown up. You know, it's like as if you had a famous producer and he fucking went to the Zoltar machine and he became Matt Belknap. I keep waiting for the end of one of the Never Not Funny video feeds. At the end, Matt's just going to grow into his clothes. He's going to fucking, instead of the reverse, he's going to get bigger and old and his fucking clothes are going to rip. Geo says a couple of thumbs up. I was surprised you don't listen to other podcasts and also your own show. Oh yeah, I know, Laura. I that's dumb. I mean, I should listen to more things. I mean, because you know what I just started to download because I was talking to Fearful Jesuit when I went and visited him up in San Francisco, and I think I'm going to listen to Hardcore History with Dan Carlin because that sounds really interesting to me. They did a fucking show about the history of Japan. The only thing is, it's of course it's typical me. I don't listen to any podcasts, but now I'm going to jump into listening to podcasts with the podcast that's 6.5 hours long. Of course. Why would I do it normally? Why would I listen to a half-hour show? I've got to go listen to Dan Carlin and his Hardcore History. Speedo nailed it. She had to ask. For real. What you want to hear the dirty talk story? Jesse's face. Yeah, right. Mow it exactly. Laura, I don't know if you know this story, and you guys. Well, there's only a few of us here. Who the fuck cares? It's not like I'm repeating anything. If you guys want to, all right, I'll tell you this story. I was working with Brian Noonan, comedian Brian Noonan, and I think this was in Minnesota. I believe it was because the time I worked with him in Chicago. We were in Indianapolis. No, this might have been in Indiana. Fuck it. I apologize. Remember when I fought the karaoke DJ? All right, it was the same fucking week, I believe. Because I worked Minnesota with him too. And then I worked down here. We worked a bunch of rooms in fucking Southern Cal when he lived here. Literally, it is not important to the story where it was. It's still just people who fucking cares. We went to a club, Noonan and I did, and we were just fucking, big burly dudes. We had no business being a club. It's just young people trying to get laid. We were both married at the time, but he wanted to have a beer, and we couldn't find a tavern, so we wound up going to a club. And this club had it was a crazy dance club, loud fucking DJ, fucking waiting for suds to come from the ceiling, the whole fucking thing, lights, crazy. So we're hanging out, and there's a bachelorette party. And they've got the cock pins, on their chest, and their t-shirts say, Barbara's getting married, and everybody's like, yay. And so they kept going around the dance floor, and she'd have to dance with guys, and guys are grinding on her, and she was just fucking ugly. And whatever, good for brides. I'm glad they want to do it. I don't know how the husband would feel about it, but good for him. Of course, he's probably at a fucking strip club, face deep in somebody's fucking vagina. You don't get to go face deep in a vagina. Don't, ladies, please don't. I don't want Jessica and Laura to jump to conclusions. Strip clubs are not like that. So they kept making their way around, and Noonan and I were there, and they came over, and they were like, hey, hi, Barbara's getting married, and she was kind of bashful and shy, and I was like, oh, we're like, congratulations, and Brian's like, we were the comedians in the club, great, we're talking, and we're, I think this was Minneapolis. Fuck, it was Minneapolis. So then they said, well, can you do us a favor? She's got a checklist. And she had a checklist of stuff. And so the grinding on the dance floor and the drinking other drinks and having a guy buy her a drink, all that shit was on the fucking checklist. And they go, we need you to check one of these and do it. So I looked at the checklist, and one of them was she needed a guy to talk dirty to her. Another guy, a stranger that she'd never met. And they're like, oh, ooh. And I said, you know what? I'll take the talk dirty one. And they're like, oh my God. Okay. If you want to, go ahead. And I can still remember it. They expected me to, in front of them, talk dirty and just be like, yeah, baby, I tell you what, look at you and your big tits, whatever. And no, see, you can't do that because I'm all mouth. All right, like I've said, from the fucking shoulders down, although we can include my arms down, my arms are much better. I'll go from, if I go like this, from shoulders up with arms, I'm working with something that people might want to work with. However, from the rest down, it's no great shakes. And we know this, I've talked about it on the show. But if you ask me to talk to somebody, if there's one thing I'm really good at, it's talking. And then if you amp it up into dirty talk or sexting, I have some sexts that I sent that I saved because I was like, this is good. I mean, I know terrible and foolish, but I'm a writer. I'm a talker. It's what I fucking do. So rather than look at her and be like, hey, baby, look at you and your fucking hot legs. I didn't want to do that. So I went around behind her because I was facing her and they were all like, ooh, go ahead, we. And I came up behind her and I put my arm around her neck, not choking her, but my arm across here. You've seen the photo. I always do it I did a bunch of photos like that with Jill, with Randy. It's kind of the go-to thing because a woman is smaller. A lot of women are shorter, and I'm 6'2", so I would put my arm around their neck and then kind of lean in, so I'm kind of right by their face. So I got behind this woman, Barbara, and she's all giddy, and her friends are happy, and they got little penis straws, and they're fucking excited. And I put my arm around her, and I lean forward, and I get in her ear, and and I just fucking unloaded. I mean, I look again. I'm creative. I'm very good with my mouth. I'm a good writer, and I'm a good person at thinking up scenarios. And especially at that time, and even now, I mean, I just I like sex a lot, and I like talking about it. And it's a thing. So I mean, I went at it. I mean, I was just like, hey, here's what I plan on doing, and I mean, I unloaded. I just spit honey in her ear for like 3 minutes, and I'm holding her, and she was actually shaking. Like I could feel her shaking as I was holding on to her. She started like kind of shaking, like her shoulders and her arms. And I'm holding on to her, and I'm talking the whole time, and I'm looking. She can't see me, but I'm talking and I'm whispering in her ear, and I'm looking, and I can see the one friend who's in my eye line just kind of like looking like, kind of recoiling and being like whatever. And I see Noonan, and he's just looking at me like just with his wide eyes, just he's shaking his head. And so I finish, and then I take my arm and I lean back, and she didn't even turn around. She's just standing there like kind of shaking, and her friends are like, "Are you, Barbara? Are you okay? Are you all right?" And she goes, "Yeah, let's go." And they just walked away. They didn't say thank you. They didn't say nice to meet you. None of that. She literally just kind of staggered away. She looked like she just woke up. She kind of just walked away with that kind of wobbly. And fucking Noonan looks at me and he goes, "What did you say to that girl?" And I said, "Everything." And he goes, you should have seen her face. He goes, she just, her whole face changed, and she was pondering her existence, but also considering what you were saying, but also she looked into it, and yet she went away. Like it was like she floated away on whatever I was saying and completely imagined all of it, but didn't expect it. It was fucking gorgeous. It was so gorgeous. And I wonder, because she had to get fucking married like the next day. I mean, look, I affected her. I'm not going to lie to you. And I mean, you know me. I mean, I'm not going to fucking tell you a bunch of bullshit. It was just great. It was so great. So there you go, Laura. I'm glad you asked. And Jessica, I don't know if you're still around. I apologize again. Saucy, racy, every other Y. Let's see. When I see listening to Mike for the first time, I was staying at a bus stop, saw a woman jump out of a moving car, hit her head on the curb. Well, good. Look, see, I like to bring that kind of joy into everybody's goddamn life. If it weren't for podcasts, making maps would drive me crazy. Well, Will, I'm glad you got podcasts, buddy, to fucking unearth you and take you out. I met a guy. I know. Well, I mean, Gio, I think listens to 30. Like, I mean, you think he had 30? I think he's behind on some, but he was listening to a million for a while, and I've met people who listen to 30 or whatever the fuck. You're damn right I did, Laura. Curly money is worth it. I'm glad I earned that curly money. Thank you. I did. She was fucking catatonic, just kind of like didn't know what to think, man. It was fucking gorgeous. All right, the longer the show, the better. Yeah, you know what? Then that's hardcore history, Will. That's what I was told, man. I mean, I hear he does incredible research on it, and it's fucking amazing. She was having an argument with her boyfriend stepping out at 20 miles an hour. Yeah, see, dude, that's not good. You can't have people jumping out of goddamn cars. I'm glad you were able to fucking call someone, Joseph, because that's fucking weak. You see that shit, and it fucking stays with you. Like, I guarantee you right now, you close your eyes, you can see it. She fucking jumps out, hits her fucking head, and it's just weird shit, man. When you see that kind of stuff, and you're like, man, because I've seen car accidents driving for Uber. I'm driving, and I see somebody gets fucking pancaked, T-boned in a fucking in a intersection, and I can still see it and hear it. Dude, I've been in so many car accidents, but also I've seen car accidents. I saw a guy get fucking chundered on a goddamn motorcycle. Did I tell that story? I'm driving two people on the fucking, was I in the 210? Just a couple of weeks ago, I'm driving, and there's a couple in my back seat, and I look in the fucking rearview mirror. I'm on the freeway. We're all merging, and I see a motorcycle. Now, in L.A., motorcycles go zing, 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 like in and out of cars. And I saw this guy. He was going boom, boom, and he cut across, and I swear to God, the car went like this. But he took the guy's fucking tire out. And the fucking motorcycle spun. He went down and fucking rolled like, 30 feet. Because again, even if you're going fucking 15 miles an hour, like you just said, 20 miles an hour, she jumped out of the car, fucking, you could kill yourself, man. So this guy just fucking, and I saw it, I went, and you could hear it. They heard it in the backseat, but I saw it in my rearview mirror, and I went, whoa! And they're like, oh my God, what? And they looked out the back window. You just see the fucking motorcycle guy rolling and the bike go up and ass up. I mean, it's just terrible. I mean, but the noise, you don't forget the fucking noise. And then that same fucking ride, I get off the freeway because I'm taking them to a restaurant, and we're on a road that is all stoplights, like 30 mile an hour and stoplights. there's a fucking Range Rover upside down with the windshield smashed out. And I looked at those two people in the back seat. I go, what the fuck did you do to this town? And they're just like, what? No, oh my God, it wasn't us. I go, well, of course not, but this is crazy, right? I go, how do you flip your vehicle on a traffic Saturday at 30 miles an hour on a fucking city street? That makes no sense. You had to really be fucking coming hard. People are crazy. Let's see. Saved sex. Oh, yeah, Alex. Because that's, you just read those. You're like, I was good at this one time, and I used to have somebody who enjoyed it. That was fantastic. Oh, you want to know what you said? Well, you know what, Jessica? Next time I'm in Minneapolis, I'll have to come up behind you and tell you exactly what I said. Because telling you now, it's not going to work. It won't have the same effect. Sucks. Yeah, exactly, Speedo Joe. You know exactly what's up. You see people get fucking smashed. It's terrible. There's no, like what we just talked about it. I used to seek it out on the internet. I'm seeing guys get chainsaws in the face and a hammer in the eye and all that fucking bullshit. That's weak, man. You can't see that. Now I just want to hide in my apartment. I just want to just be like, yeah, no thanks, man. Not interested. Let everybody live their fucking life. All right, man. What is it? Oh, geez, it's 2 a.m. by me, and so it's 10 a.m. now by our good friend, was it Johnny Y, I think. You do need a burger, Alex, or Laura. I apologize, Laura. I'm so sorry. I see Briggs and I immediately go to because here's why. Here's how my brain works. I see Briggs and I know he's J. Alexander Briggs, and I don't want to say J, so I immediately go to Alexander, even when I see Briggs, even though it's your name, and I do apologize for that, but that's how my brain works. I see Briggs and immediately think Alex. Not that I don't think of Laura, of course. And also, you know what? I talked on the live stream the other day about weddings that I've been involved in. I forgot to mention your guys' wedding. I feel like a dickbag. I apologize for that. Jessica, with the podcast, we've had people who've been married. I've been invited to listeners' weddings, and I've actually recorded audio for people's weddings. So, Alex Alex says a burger sounds good. Speedo Joe says Burger King. No, come on, Joe. You can't go to Burger King. Can you get burgers? Well, Laura, you're very nice. Thank you. I'm glad you're not worried. I mean, are there Irish burgers? There's got to be some good burgers in Ireland, right? I would imagine. You don't have to just go out and get the potato. Oh, a bowl of corned beef and Lucky Charms marshmallows. That would be terrific. Orange hearts, yellow moons, green stars, blue clovers, and blue diamonds. Orange hearts, yellow moons, green clovers, orange hearts, yellow moons. Fuck, who cares? Jessica, get a box of Lucky Charms and tell me what I'm missing. It's orange hearts, yellow moons, pink stars, yellow. Fuck. I used to know that by heart. Feel fucking terrible about it. All right. You've got cows, certainly. Well, I mean, you don't want to build. It's not a build your own burger. You want to do that. You want to go fucking kill the thing and take it the fuck out. Here's a good idea. I'll tell you what. Why don't you have Jay, our friend Speedo Joe? He can come by because he's in England. Have him throw a fucking cow in the car and drive and have it jump out at 20 miles an hour and then it hits its head. And all you got to do is carve off what you want. Burger King is the best fast food burger. Oh man, that's grim. I'm sorry to hear that. I haven't had Burger King in since I had the weight loss surgery, and I had Burger King once after that, and they pulled my Whopper patty out of water. It was like stored in like a water pan or something. And the second I saw them pull it out, I was like, I don't want to eat this fucking thing. But I said, well, what the fuck? I ordered it out to give it a shot. Because I like the taste of Whoppers because I like flame grilled and I like the fucking, the tomato and the onion would work with it. But dude, it was just this watery fucking patty. They threw it on the goddamn bun. And I was like, dude, this doesn't work for me. It was just not happening. It was so gross. And I have not been back to Burger King since. Except I will say I've gotten a croissant sandwich once or twice. Super Max. Oh, of course it is. It's fantastic. No Lucky Charms here. Kids are all grown. Some with kids of their own. Jessica, see now look, all I can see is a tiny little circle of that. But I mean, I didn't know that you would have children, let alone that you were a grand person. Are you a grand person, Jessica? That's fantastic. Congratulations to you. Has your family? Are they all in Minnesota? Are they all moved out and relocated elsewhere? Are any of them in California? Do you want to come visit them? If so, do you want to come and talk to me? How weird would that be? What if I just met you and I invited you out here? How weird is that? All right, Johnny Y, you're checking out. That's fine. There's not going to be much more of this. I got to be honest with you. I mean, we're talking well into the night, and I've probably wasted as much time as I can for these people. Although Night Owl Jessica, we know she's up late all night, but everybody else, well, but I guess you're in Europe. It's daytime for everybody, whatever. Even Geo bailed, which is fine. 4 kids, 3 grandkids. Oh my goodness. Well, congratulations. That's fantastic. My mom had 5 kids, and she only has 2 grandkids. I have no kids. Apologize. She's got 6 grandkids because my brother Glenn had 4 kids, and my brother Lenny's got 2 daughters, and then me, Scott, and Andy, we've had no kids because why? What's the point? I can't trick anybody into having kids. And also, believe me, if I'm doing this nonsense at fucking 2 o'clock in the morning, how could I have kids? I couldn't possibly. You lived in a town with a Pizza Hut. It's beautiful, Joseph. You must have been a young mom, Jessica. Absolutely. Will tell you. Well, again, but good for you. And I'm glad that they're close. That's pretty cool because we spread all over the place, which we should. My mom, she's 75, so I mean, she's crazy old, and she's in Florida now. Laura's the fifth child. There you go. Only two of them. Oh, so I see. So of the three grandkids, only two of them have kids, and then the other two are out doing their thing. All right. So you've got like a me and an Andy who don't have any kids, and then you've got a Lenny and a Glenn. Hi, these are my brothers. I'm giving you names. You don't know. You're new, and you're learning all about this, and I don't know why you would even care because you don't. So anyway, so let's get back to the thing I talked about. Right, the whole point of doing this fucking thing. We're live streaming. That's what this weird picture is in the back. Like Gio was like, dude, you need to put up a background. And I'm gonna get like a 40-year-old boy. The thing is, it can't be too busy because it's behind me. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I can get like a 40, because I was gonna have Horn Boy back there. You know who Horn Boy is? It's the thing on the back of my shirt, like with just the head with the silhouette. It's funny. I want to show it to you. Maybe can I put it in the? No, I don't think I can put it in the chat room. But yeah, so we were gonna do that, and then Gio sent this fucking snow scene, and I loved it, quite frankly. But again, as you can see up at the top, it's still got that like kind of that thing on the sides too. So we're trying to figure this out. And also, I probably look like hell. I'm wearing a logo t-shirt, which I have not planned to do on the fucking air because, if I'd have known I was doing this, people were going to fucking see it. I would have actually bailed and gone ahead and put on a shirt that people cared about. But we've been doing this for 3 fucking hours. And I said, well, he's like, do one while I go out and walk my dogs. And I said, all right, I will. And then that happened. All right. But I'm going to wrap this up. So I seriously, I've talked. It's 2 a.m. I'm just going to go. I'm going to let you guys go get your hamburgers and everything like that. Okay. Your kids are 32 to 24. Oh, okay. So you're 50, Jessica. Okay, so I'm 51. I just turned 51 in July. And so look, we're exactly the same age, for fuck's sake. That's perfect. I'm glad you're here. And so, yeah, again, I hope, and I hope you come back. I hope you listen to the show, and I hope you come back to more of the live chats and stuff. And you know what? I'll do this because I do it at the end of every live stream, because why not? Because sometimes people watch after the fact. Let's see. Alex made me take the dog out this morning, even though I won our rock, paper, scissors. All right, now, Laura, see, normally nobody likes a snitch. But I want to hear what Alex is doing overseas, because that's the thing. He thought he could sneak over to Europe, and he's just fucking gonna go all fucking kind of Scotsy. It's gonna be upside down. He can rule the roost. No. If you lose rock, paper, scissors, you adhere to the loss, and you go ahead and you take the dog out, buddy. You can't fucking make her do that. You're not. Oh, not 50? I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what you are not, but you are also July, which is good. July 29th. Yeah, I know yesterday was birthday, and I know you're very hungover, but come on, man, you can't make Laura do that. If you lost rock, paper, scissors, let me ask you this. What did she beat you with? Did paper cover rock, or did scissors cut paper? I'll wait. No, I'm teasing. What if I did wait? Awesome run. I don't know what that means, Gio. Mike spitting the straight dope. Oh, yeah, that's right. Joe knows. Speedo Joseph Nickel knows that I'm in here to go all of the rock, paper, scissors and settle all marital disputes. I come right in here, baby, and I go, you know what? If you lose at rock, paper, scissors, you got to fucking belly up to the bar and pay your goddamn price. Sometimes it's time to pay the check, goddammit. If you got paper and scissors cuts it up, you fucking pay the check. If you got rock and fucking paper covers it up, you pay the check. If you got scissors and rock smashes it, boom, paper covered rock. All right, see? There you go, buddy. But what are you, Bart Simpson? Rock. Good old rock. Nothing beats rock. Paper. She's figured you out, dude. She's totally figured you out. You've probably been rock your entire time you've been together. How about the first night you met? Up until this morning, you've been rock the whole fucking time. Bang, bang. She figured you out a million years ago. Yeah, but the problem is now, you just want, you know what, I'm going to ignore it. Fuck it. I've lost so many times at rock, paper, scissors that you can just go ahead and take the dog out. But you are hungover and it is your birthday. So I will tell you this. I'm gonna give an official ruling. Normally, rock, paper, scissors, and you lose, you must adhere to your laws. However, birthday and hungover, and a lovely wife who loves you and wants to take care of you and make sure that you're feeling better, I can see losing and then going, because I'll tell you what, as you know, I came home drunk one time, and I like a million years ago. I've only been drunk 5 times in my life, but I came home and I actually like threw up. It was terrible. It was a bad thing. But I was a little kid, and my mom was like, "Hey, can you mow the lawn?" The next day, and I was like, because I didn't drink, I wasn't a problem, but I literally looked at my mom and I go, "Mom, look, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm hungover. Like, I never drink, but last night I drank so much, and I can't, because it was 97 degrees out. Like, I just didn't want to go outside." And my mom was like, "All right, cool, you can do it another time." And then I didn't do it for like another week and a half, and then she kicked me out of the house. I had to go sleep in my buddy's basement. I got kicked out of the house, baby. So here's my point, Alex. You can take this mulligan. which is appropriate because you're in Ireland. So she gives you a mulligan, but the next 2 times you take the dog out, just because. Take this one now because she's taking care of you. It's your birthday. But the next 2 times, take the dog out. All right, so let's see. Oh, 5-0 on the first anniversary of your 49. Gotcha, Jessica. My fault. All right, yeah. So you're 49, and holding. Let's do that. We're 49 and holding. Well, I'm 51 because here's you're new, so I'll tell you this. The show's called The 40-Year-Old Boy. I started the show when I was 40, and the running joke during the first couple of years, everybody was like, "Well, dude, what are you going to do when you're not 40 anymore? What are you going to do?" And I said, "Look, if I'm doing this show when I'm 50 years old, just put a bullet in my fucking head." And here we are, Jessica. You're meeting me, and guess what? No bullet, still, and 50. Because I was very lucky that people still wanted to hear what I had to say 11 years later, which makes 0 sense. But there are people who are fans or listeners and friends who have gone ahead and stuck with me this entire time. So I couldn't end the show, and I wasn't going to change the fucking title because I couldn't rebrand everything because it's 40YOB, 40-Year-Old Boy. Everybody knows it as that. And even the show opens with, "Hey, what's happening? Mike Schmidt, 40-Year-Old Boy podcast." That's how the show opens all the time. And I know if I changed it to, "Hey, what's happening? Mike Schmidt, 50-Year-Old Boy podcast," that just doesn't sound good at all. 40 works. 50 doesn't work. And also, look, I'm in a town where it's weird enough that they know that I'm 40. You know what I mean? I'm never going to lie about my age, and I've never hidden the damn thing. But at the same time, trying to get writing jobs and stuff like that in Hollywood, if you're fucking 50, you're just looked at as this fucking old, decrepit monster. Oh, and dudes, I'll tell you what, I've been talking about trying to get back into stand-up. There's these 2 sites on Facebook, these 2 pages that I joined for like local comedy, and oh my God. I don't know what I'm going to do, man. I got no interest in seeing these people. I don't want to go to the same clubs they go to. I read all of these young, unfunny people and their optimism, and I remember being that fucking dude, and holy Christ, I can't imagine wading into that fucking nonsense. I'm going to have to, because I'd like to have a career again, but Jesus God, what a mess. All right. So let's see. It was best of 3. Oh my God, you beat a best of 3? Hold on a second. Everything changes. I still stand by what I said. Laura, you're a very nice wife. You moved to Europe to escape your student loans. Good for you, Alex. Maybe you don't put that on the internet. Probably not, because I don't know if you know this. The second you type student loans, a fucking alarm goes off at whatever university you went to, and they will find you, motherfucker. They're not kidding around. Birthday or no birthday. You think that she covered your rock with paper. They will come after you and cover it with a mountain of fucking paper in the form of bills for your old dues or loans. Dues? Did you pay dues? I don't know if you paid dues in college. I didn't go to college. Jessica says, happy birthday. Good for her. You went to Mulligan's Pub last night? No, dude, look at me calling a mulligan and you were at Mulligan's. That's fantastic. All right, we should go pick up your 5-month-old baby. Yes, you should. Laura, I love you too. Thanks, doll. And that's nice of you to say so. And that was creepy and weird, right? That was like a Tom Jones weird thing to say. Love you too, darling. What a weirdo. I didn't mean it like that. You retract? Oh, you can't retract. All right, so here's the thing. We've had John Y. We've had... who else was here? Ian was here? Who else? Jesus Christ, Ian. I'm so goofy. Will was here. Speedo Joe, Laura and Alex, and the lovely and talented Jessica Smith. I'm glad you stopped by. Gio was here as well. So, all right, here's what I do because I have to do it. Everybody else is familiar with this, but Jessica, you're new, so bear with me. If you want to reach me, you can get me at mikeandmikeschmidtcomedy.com. Of course, you can comment here on the video because there's the comment section down there. It's YouTube, and God knows you want to read the YouTube comment section. So please, a question or any comment, go ahead and throw that down there. But you can find me via email at mikeandmikeschmidtcomedy.com. You can be my friend at facebook.com/the40-year-old boy. So go, Jessica. I hope you're understanding this. You can follow me at twitter.com/the40-year-old boy. And I'm on Instagram and Snapchat at Mike40YOB. Now, as a 49-year-old lady, Jessica, and a 51-year-old man, you're going, the fuck are you doing on Snapchat? And I understand that. However, I thought it was a good thing for my gig, for the job, for the show. And I'm finding out not so much. I mean, I get 3 notes a week, which is fine. And I mean, it's for young people and I got no interest in it. Literally, Snapchat is to send pictures of your cock. That's it. That's the whole reason it exists. You can send a picture of your cock that disappears in 3 seconds. That's why they invented the goddamn thing. But I'm on there thinking people are going to be like, hi, Mike. Fucking dumb. All right. Oh, and Gio is always watching me, of course. No, Jessica, thank you for coming. I'm glad you came in. I'm so happy, and I hope you come back another time, and I hope you find some of the old shows to listen to. And you go ahead and, if you want to subscribe to the podcast, it's in iTunes. Subscribe here to the YouTube channel, which I think you said you did, and I appreciate that very much. And the shows, all the archives are there, dude. if you ever are bored and you just want to keep yourself busy, I got plenty of shit that I said in the past that's funny and more funny shit. Show comes out every Thursday morning. I hope. And but Jessica, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. So yes, you want to get me at all those places. That's fantastic. And thank you everybody for tuning in. And I guess we'll leave this up for everybody else. And you're very welcome, Jessica. Feel free to check out the Facebook group. Exactly. Oh yeah, that's right. If you want to, I have a fan club on Facebook called the Westside 86 Jokers. I don't know if you're a Facebook person, but you can go peruse in there and look around before you join. You don't have to join. You don't have to go. How weird is that? Hey, I talked to you for an hour and a half. Go join my fan club. What a jagoff, right? But if you want to, it's there, and a lot of people interact, and it's totally fun. So cool. You are very busy, Jessica. There's no doubt about that. But that stuff does exist. My point is, it's out there. And even if today's the only exposure you had to me, I'm glad you interacted, and I hope you had fun. All right, everybody. Go to Europe and go to sleep. Go get hamburgers. Go do the things you want to do. Will, I hope you've drifted off to sleep. You're going to let me talk you to sleep, and I hope that happened. And now I'm going to turn off some of these fucking lights because it's 2:30 in the morning. 2:30? 2:20. All right, everybody. Thanks.